Fodsports FX8 promises big group, long-range, crystal-clear motorcycle comms at a budget price. Either we've finally reached premium intercom performance without the premium price tag, or we're about to expose another case of spec sheet optimism. On paper, you get up to 8 riders connected, kilometer-plus range, DSB plus CVC noise cancellation, FM radio, voice assistant support, and glove-friendly controls. Sounds criminally generous for the money, right? But here's the thing, long-range Bluetooth and multi-rider stability are where most budget units crack. I took the FX8 on daily commutes, 2 weekend group rides, and a rain-soaked highway run to see if it actually holds up. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. Let's set expectations. The FX8 is marketed as a dual motorcycle Bluetooth intercom designed for riders who want group chat, clear audio, and all-day battery without spending Cardo or Cena money. The key promises you'll see everywhere. 6-8 rider intercom with easy pairing and stable connection. Long-range outdoors, often advertised around the kilometer mark or more. Strong noise cancellation for clear calls at highway speeds. Long battery life with quick charging and waterproof construction. Pretty bold claims for the price tier. But here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim 8 riders with stable intercom. What you actually get is 4 or 5 riders reliably, and beyond that the chain starts to wobble. Here's why the FX8 isn't mesh. It's classic Bluetooth daisy chaining with a lead unit. Every rider added becomes one more potential failure point. In my mixed group, 5 units stayed mostly solid at sub 60 mph with line of sight. Add a 6th behind a truck and you start to hear the popcorn effect, micro dropouts, and robotic audio. Let's be real here, even some premium non-mesh systems struggle past 4 riders. They claim kilometer-plus range. What you actually get is a few hundred meters of decent stability in real traffic, maybe 600-800 meters line of sight with 0 obstructions on open country roads. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. Bluetooth at helmet height has to fight car bodies, elevation changes, and foliage. That magic 12 km number only happens on a flat, empty runway with perfect line of sight. The moment SUVs slot between riders, the signal takes a hit. In testing, we consistently saw reliable comms around the 300-500 meter mark. Past that, voices phase in and out. They claim noise cancellation keeps calls crystal clear. What you actually get is good reduction up to about 60-65 mph with a decent full-face helmet, but wind, roar, and buffeting still leak in at highway speeds. Evidence: taking calls at 70-75 mph on a naked bike. The other side could follow me but said I sounded thin and wind-lashed. With a touring screen, intelligibility improved. So the DSB plus CVC helps, but it's not magic. They claim universal pairing and easy controls. Reality: universal pairing works, but it's the usual dance. Pairing the FX8 to a Cardo Freecom required a couple of retries, and the audio level dropped a notch compared to FX8 to FX8 intercom. The jog dial is glove-friendly and actually one of the highlights, but multi-function buttons still require some muscle memory. And the voice prompts can be abrupt, occasionally lagging a second behind the action. They claim all-day battery life. What you actually get is strong but not boundless. With heavy intercom use, periodic music, and a couple of calls, I got around 12-14 hours before the low battery warning. On a pure music commute, it stretched closer to 18 hours over 2 days. That's solid for the price, but the advertised max assumes lighter use. But wait, there's more. They talk up audio quality through larger drivers. The FX8 speakers are fine for voice and podcasts and acceptable for music, but bass is modest and the highs can get splashy at full tilt. Compared to Cardo units with JBL drivers or Cena HD speakers, the FX8 lacks warmth and dynamic punch. Usable, yes. Audiophile, no. Here's the plot twist. For solo use plus an occasional 2 or 3 rider hookup, the FX8 feels like a win. Push it to the edge of its marketing envelope and the cracks show. Sound quality. Voice comms are the priority here, and the FX8 nails intelligibility up to mid-high speeds. Music is clear enough with an upper mid-forward tuning that cuts through wind. At 70 mph with earplugs, you will max the volume and wish for a bit more low-end. Versus a Cardo Freecom 4X with JBL, the FX8 sounds flatter and thinner, but it's leagues better than no-name Amazon specials. Battery life: my mixed-use rides averaged 13 hours before the beep. Standby drain is minimal, so weekend riders won't return to a dead unit. Quick charge gets you a functional top-up during a lunch stop. Marketing says all day, and within reason, it delivers. Build and mounting: the clamp kit is solid with both boom and wired mic included. That's rare value. IP level isn't plastered everywhere, but I rode through steady rain and it kept ticking. The housing feels budget plastic but not toy-like. Controls are tactile, the jog dial is easy with winter gloves, and the LED indicators are bright enough. The red flag: multiple Amazon storefronts selling the same SKU under slightly varied bundles. That's not automatically bad, but it's classic budget brand strategy. Connectivity and controls: Bluetooth phone pairing is painless. Intercom pairing FX8 to FX8 is straightforward after the first time. Universal pairing worked with Sena and Cardo, though volume and priority management can get weird. Phone call handoff is fine. Music sharing is hit and miss across brands. Here's what nobody tells you: without true mesh, one rider drifting out of range can momentarily drag the group's focus. It's manageable, but it happens. Review analysis: skimming buyer feedback trends and comparing notes with my test group, you see a pattern. People love the value, battery, and ease of install. Complaints center on range, reality versus marketing, and audio punch. Some reviews read awfully similar, which could be incentivized posts. Always dig into the critical reviews, not just the cheerleaders. Verdict: buy with caution and you might be pleasantly surprised. If you ride mostly solo or with 1 to 3 buddies, want a reliable budget intercom with decent battery and simple controls, the FX8 is a solid value. If you need rock-solid 6/8 rider stability at highway speeds or crave premium music quality, save your money for Cardo Freecom 4X or a Sena mesh unit. The FX8 punches above its price, but it doesn't replace top-tier systems. Worth it if your expectations match reality and you want to stay under the typical premium price. Skip this unless you accept the real-world range and non-mesh limitations. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions about pairing across brands or speaker upgrades? Drop them in the comments. Next up, I'm testing a budget mesh alternative to see if it can dethrone the mid-range kings. Ride safe, ride smart, and I'll see you in the next one.